Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer channel. Happy 4th of July to everybody who celebrates it, everybody in the United States. Hope everybody has a very safe and fun 4th of July. Tonight, Friday night, it should be a good one. Hope I don't know if you guys have plans to go see the fireworks and things like that, but I know it's been if you guys are in South Florida, the weather has not been kind to us. It's been raining a lot as of late, but hopefully tonight's gonna be good. I just got home literally 30 minutes ago. I got home 30 minutes ago from work, um, and what's it called? I had to like freaking wolf down some like raviolis that my parents made, and very grateful for that. And those were so delicious. And now I'm ready, guys. I got a belly full of food. I don't have any water. That's the one thing I don't have. I lost my water bottle, and now I'm like really, really thirsty. So, but it doesn't matter. We have a belly full of food. We have a lot of energy, a lot of hype, a lot of excitement for what is coming up this weekend, and that is Inter Miami is returning to MLS action against Montreal. I forget. I don't even remember. I'm going to be honest. I'm so bad at this. Normally, you guys know, I normally plan these things way ahead of time. But today, I just did not have that luxury. I got home later than usual. But because we've been in this whole World Cup thing, we missed quite a few games. So we are 4 games, actually, quite literally, 4 games in hand compared to the rest of the teams in the MLS. But what's up, Monkey Man? What's up, Soccer Daddy? Welcome in. I appreciate you guys for being here, I guess on time. I mean, late. I know I got here 5 minutes late. But we're 4 games in hand of essentially every other team, or almost every other team except for New England. We have Montreal. We have a crazy, crazy, crazy schedule coming up this month. I believe it's like 7 games, like back to back to back to back. We have tomorrow against Montreal. We have New England on Wednesday. Then that same Saturday we have Nashville. Then the next Wednesday we have Cincinnati. Then the next Saturday we have the Red Bulls. Then we have a 1-week break. Then we get Cincinnati again, and then we go straight into Leagues Cup 4 days later. We have an intense July this year. It's crazy. It's going to be pretty crazy. But I'm excited. I'm glad. Hopefully our boys can really make it through this month, because we are not that we're not looking good, but we already have some key players that are not going to be eligible for selection this month. So, oh my God. Okay. Anyway, I just had to breathe because I literally ate those raviolis so fast. Monkey Man says we should be winning this game against Montreal. Messi really went to Canada. We better win this game. So yeah, Brad, everybody traveled essentially. Everybody that was available to travel traveled. I was trying to look at some tweets, try to look at some interviews, and yeah, Messi's there. Messi's there. Everybody who's available is there. Everybody's in Montreal. Everybody's in Canada, which is what you would want to expect from these guys. I mean, yeah, it's only been a couple of days since we played. A couple of days. It's been like a week. Right? It's been like a week. We played against PSG Sunday. Sunday, so it's been almost a week. Good amount of time to recover and things like that, and going back to MLS action. I think bringing on the intensity from Club World Cup and bringing it into MLS, I think it's going to it should benefit us, because if we still are rocking that mindset, that mentality from the Club World Cup, with the intensity, the constant pressure, things like that, and players are going to be now stepping up even more now, because we're going to be missing Noah Allen, Drake Calendar's out, we have Yannick Bright still out, we have David Ruiz still out, I think David Martinez is still out, we have I think Gonzalo Lujan is out, and yeah, it's not a joke. Monkey Man says we're definitely going to rotate a little. Full strength squad sets Soccer Daddy must win game to start. Ruiz is available. It says here that Ruiz is not available. And Mascherano even said it in a press conference that Ruiz is not available. So I would love to know where you got that, because if he is, that would be interesting. I mean, I would highly doubt that he'd be selected tomorrow though, or like play tomorrow, because being months and months and months out is and then just like jumping straight into MLS action, I just feel like, was it? He was in training, isn't it? Really? I didn't even see him in training. I didn't even see a video of him in training. Oh, bro, I probably missed that. Like I told you, I was trying to just like go through the tweets and things like that as quickly as possible before the stream. I'm gonna be honest, but Baltasar is available. Baltasar El Fantasma Rodriguez is available, and that we do know. So that maybe we're gonna see some Baltasar action. Hold on, I'm getting like texts and stuff. I hate being on my phone. Hold on, I'm just gonna tell him 1 second. Okay, I think we should give Baltasar a chance to start. Baltasar best show up, best show up and out. We need to see how he does. Look, let me show you guys the availability report that has been released by MLS. We have Noah Allen out, Yannick Bright out, Drake Callender out, Ian Frey out, Gonzalo Lujan, David Ruiz out. So David Ruiz is apparently in training, but it's still labeled out in according to MLS. Maybe that's just something that Miami didn't clarify, didn't submit to the league. But regardless, we're gonna have Baltasar. We're gonna have the majority of the players like Redondo. We're gonna have like if we go back to our last starting 11 against PSG, we're gonna have everybody except for Noah in the starting 11, which is good. Off the bench, we're still gonna have Benja. We're still gonna have Toto. We're gonna have Baltasar, I said, Alan Obando, Fafa. So it's nothing that we haven't been dealing with already. The problem is now dealing with this for the entire month, like back to back games until the end of the month. Like that's gonna be the real issue here. Hoping that he's a creative midfield, because we don't know for damn sure Redondo can create shit. I'm gonna be honest. I have to give Redondo a lot more credit than what I've given him in the past, to be honest, because I would always hate on Redondo. But I thought in the Club World Cup, in the 2 games that he played against, I don't know about, I honestly don't remember the PSG game, but in the one before that against Palmeiras, I thought he played very well. And if he's able to play well, and if those are the games that he picked up, like, you know what I'm saying, like picked up his form in, then I think that he should be able to translate that into MLS play against Montreal in Canada. I thought his turns, his ball control, I thought his passing was nice. I mean, like he was moving, he was kind of all over the midfield in certain points. Like if he could translate that to MLS action, MLS play, I think that we should all feel very safe with Redondo in the midfield. I don't want to overhype it. Obviously, because 1 good game, 2 good games doesn't mean like I hate blowing things out of proportion. I hate that. I hate when people do that. Like people like 1 bad game and people are already against you. You lose a game and people are already against you. Like, no, like that, it doesn't mean anything. Fabian in the chat saying, "What's up, math?" Hello from Chicago. Yo, shout out to Chicago. Shout out to Fabian from tuning in from Chicago. How's the weather up in Chicago? How hot is it? Because the only thing I know about Chicago is honestly Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That's like the only thing I know about Chicago. And the Bulls, obviously, and Michael Jordan and all that. And then Messi would have to drop so deep. Martinez is still here. Martinez isn't available. Yeah, no. Martinez is available. Did I say he was unavailable? Redondo low-key did good in the Club World Cup. So Monkey Man agrees with me in terms of the performance that Redondo had at the Club World Cup. For him, I guess the mid is mid. But that's what I'm saying. So, like, for Redondo, I thought it was a good performance because Redondo overall, in my opinion, has not been up to par. And that's why players like Benkan Kremaski, players like Yannick Bright have been taking his place. And Redondo had been put on the bench for some time. Now that he was given chances off the bench, trying to, and he had his mojo going, it looked good. And he looked good against top teams like Palmeiras, PSG. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if he could translate that to MLS play, we should be very, very, very excited. Because he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better. Falcon showed up too. Yeah, so Falcon's available. Falcon's available. He is good and bad, mostly bad. He is good and bad, mostly bad. 88. That's not even bad, bro. That's not even bad. That sounds good. Yeah, let's talk about this really quickly. So there have been some rumors, some discussions in the internet, on Twitter. I've seen some Argentinian news. I try to watch the Argentinian news for football and soccer and all that as much as I can. And I've been hearing a little bit about Marcos Rojo. Now, in Boca, supposedly, from what I've gathered, from what I've understood, is that he showed up to training injured, so he didn't participate in training, and now he's trying to get out of his contract or like terminate his contract with Boca because there are supposed talks again with Inter Miami. Apparently, there have been talks in the past with Inter Miami and Marcos Rojo. That's what people say. I'm not a journalist. I don't have inside scoops. Don't take my word as fact. We are just speculating as a community, as Inter Miami fans. Supposedly, Inter Miami has gone for Marcos Rojo in the past. I don't fucking remember. I don't remember that happening. I probably talked about it in the past. I have the memory of a goldfish. Okay? Now, if that's the case, and now we have David Martinez not being permanently transferred to Inter Miami, he's not going to be a permanent player for this club after his loan expires, like what Monkey Man says, on the 16th of this month. We're going to be down a center back. And that is never good, especially when now that we have Noah Allen injured for God knows how long. It's probably a couple weeks. I mean, like, he pulled his hammy. It shouldn't be more than, I don't know. By the end of the month, by next month, he should be fine for like the Leagues Cup and whatnot. Anyway, we have Maxi Falcon, we have Toto Aviles, and then we have Ryan Saylor, who I think he played maybe 5 minutes all year. So we're gonna need another center back. We can't lose center backs. We cannot, especially at this point in the season when we're so close to the end. We're past the halfway point at this point. We're like 60% there. So, and I think the dynamic of Marcos Rojo with Maxi Falcon, with Toto, whoever it is, I think Marcos Rojo paired with any other center back on this team, I think would be a pretty good dynamic. Marcos Rojo just being like, he was low-key a freaking beast. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, like, he brings that passion. He brings that energy, that intensity from what we need from a center back. In terms of quickness, I don't think he has that capability of being quick. The agility and the acceleration, speed. And I don't think he has any of that. I don't watch a lot of Boca Junior games in order to give you guys that information. But, so, I mean, like, it would be cool to have an experienced center back like Marcos Rojo, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I would only be happy probably with Marcos Rojo if we get him until for the rest of the season. If we get him past that and get him for next year as well, it's like, really, bro? Do we really need Marcos Rojo? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would much prefer to get a younger guy or at least if we're gonna get an experienced or a player in their prime to, I don't know, to be a little bit more dynamic. Look, Sergio says it. We need a dynamic defender. You know, to be a little bit more of a good pairing with what we got. So we need somebody that's just a little bit. We need a standout. I think we need a standout center back, that we can really scare people with. But I don't know if we have that capability to attract players in, who fit that description. Can't we just look for a good young MLS center back who is available? This is getting annoying now. We can't keep signing old guys. I don't care how good he was in the past. Marcos Rojo was a beast in the past. And I do have to show that respect to him at being Argentinian. Him playing for the national team, him playing for United, him playing for Boca now. Where was he before that? I think it was Estudiantes. He played in Sporting for a couple of years. So I thought he was a very decent center back. Very, very decent center back. Is he the answer to our prayers? I don't know. How old is he? He is 35. Probably not, right? He's probably not the answer to our prayers. Like, let's be really, really, really honest. Soccer says in a Miami retirement camp. And that is so... And this is like the problem now. This goes into a different topic. If they sign Rojo, this team fucking hates pace and verticality. The fuck. We needed Guti Romero, who is actually probably going to go to Atletico Madrid, I'm pretty sure. I am very happy. Please retire Suarez now and give opportunities to Obando. But we should look more into Europe. Either way, Rojo will not start. If signing Rojo, sell Lujan to the Russian League for 5 rubles. Thomas Müller is not going to come to Miami. If he were to come to MLS in general, he'll probably go to LA. Listen. People think, and this is a different topic, but it's kind of related. People think that the MLS is a top 10 league in the world. People think that. Right? If I were to Google, where is the MLS league ranked in the world of football? Like, they are technically top 10. Like, according to charts and whatever. Look, I'm going to try to pull up a chart that says, like, they're top 10. I'm pretty sure, like, I guess according to ratings and things like that. Let me see. Like, yeah, like, this is by Opta, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Apparently, we're 9th, but this is about what? According to what? Leagues by average team power rating? I guess, like, which I don't get that. I don't understand. But, like, I feel like we're only up there because it's so even. Like, our teams are so even. Look, in my opinion, we're not a top 10 league. In my opinion, we can't attract big players. Like, we shouldn't ever be able to attract big players. 10 years ago, I remember, like, the president of the league, like fucking Don Garber or whoever, he would be like, oh, in 10 to 15 years from now, MLS is going to be competing with Serie A. And I'm like, no, you're not, bro. And look, we're 10 years from now, and we're not competing with Serie A. We're not competing with La Liga. We're not competing with the French league. Nobody wants to come to MLS. The only reasons why people come to MLS, one, because it's America. And a lot of players or a lot of people in general would like to come to America and live in America for a while. And they're going to want that step to Europe. But nobody's going to choose. No one's going to willingly leave Europe to come to the MLS, to come to play with Inter Miami, to come play with any team here, unless it's a loan or unless it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go back to Europe now. Thank you for letting me play with you guys in the MLS. It was a nice vacation. I'm going to go back to play real football. You know what I'm saying? So and the point of me saying this is like people are saying, oh, let's try to get some let's look into Europe. Let's look into getting these guys from Europe and whatever. It's like we're not. The only guys that we can get from Europe are European rejects, like players who are not good enough to play in those top 6 leagues or top 5 leagues. They come to us. We get the rejects, and then we try to build them into good players, and then we put them back in England, or we put them back in Europe. So, and that's why MLS teams, that's why Inter Miami go for these guys that are 30 years old, because that's all we can get. They're cheap. They want to retire. They want to get a quick paycheck before they leave, before they go home. They want to live a good life, like in a good area. And if it's not a 30 something year old, it's going to be 18-year-old kids who are just starting their career. So it's either that. Hold on, let me open the door for my dog. Guys, I need a water bottle, bro. My throat is so dry, bro. Oh, like I'm dying without my water bottle. Brad says, what this team needs right now is young guys in the midfield. Should be revamped. We can't go into the playoffs with Bushi as our DM. In fact, I want Bushi to ride the... That is crazy, bro. That is actually a crazy fucking comment to say. I think this is crazy, Brad. I'm not coming at you, by the way, because I know you've been here for a while. I always appreciate you coming in and commenting. But I think this is crazy. Saying that Bushi should ride the bench for a couple games? No way, bro. What? You want, like, Redondo to be our main guy? No way, bro. We need Boosie. We need Boosie until somebody steps up in his place and can play at a similar style. And that is what Redondo's supposed to do. That's literally what Redondo's supposed to do. So we need Redondo to... If you want that to happen, you would want Redondo to start stepping up more. We couldn't even bring Brian Rodriguez from freaking America. MLS is not a top 10 league. FIFA Club World Cup proves that Inter Miami is just an anomaly. No, that's okay. This is a whole other conversation that I'm not going to get into. I was actually going to make a video about the Club World Cup and where MLS stands. I was literally, okay, I'm probably going to make this video. If I might make this video tonight and post it tomorrow. But I'm because I had the idea of talking about whether... Oh, thank you. Look, my dad brought me water. Oh my God. Yeah, I needed that. Thank you, Pa. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was gonna make a video about where MLS stands after the Club World Cup. Like, where do we actually stand? But it's more positive than you would think. I wouldn't say top 10 in the world, but at the same time, we can't keep being a farmers league, or not a farmers league. We can't keep being a retirement league. Like, we're always labeled as the retirement league. We have to stop being that. We really have to stop being the retirement league, because if we keep... Because I know the point of bringing these older guys is to get revenue and to get more eyes on the league and things like that. But it's like, at the same time, like, not that it's not helping the league, because it helps to an extent, because you sell shirts, people come, some people come. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, bro. It's like, it's weird. I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult. Unless he's not getting minutes in Europe. MLS needs popularity from old players. Yeah. Bro, that's crazy. Not gonna lie. Boosie's one of the best CDMs in the league. They said Boosie up to fail pairing him with Redondo. I chugged down. I do, bro. Bro. You thought I was lying when you said when I said I was thirsty. I lost my water bottle, and I this is like the most dehydrated I've ever been. I hydrate all day, every day. I'm constantly drinking water throughout the day. Is this glass made out of steel? No, it's plastic. It looks at it. It looks like steel, but no, it's plastic. Um, what was I gonna say? Okay, let's stop dilly dallying here. Okay, let's talk about some lineups. Let's do some lineup predictions. Okay, Noah Allen's gonna be, in my opinion, Noah Allen has been probably the best and the most consistent center back that we had in this team, like by far. It's like him and Falcon. So now that we're not going to have Noah Allen against Montreal, it's going to be a big loss. I think it's a big loss. I personally believe it's a big loss. Because Noah Allen has been huge for us. Huge, huge, huge for us. This whole season, to be honest. So, not having him, still not having Yannick Bright, I think it's going to be crazy. Because now all we have is Redondo still. We have Benja. And then we have Ruiz if he actually is selected for play. Jordi Alba's going to be available. Chelo's going to be available. Who did take a knock against? I think it was against PSG. No, Palmeiras. I forget, but he did take a knock. Yeah, I think it was Palmeiras. But he's fine. He should be fine. And we should have everybody else. So I'm predicting that Ustari is going to be in net. I think the back four is going to consist of Jordi Alba, Maxi Falcon, and I think Toto Aviles. If Lujan plays, that will genuinely shock me. If Lujan plays, it's strictly for rotation, which I don't think they should rotate. Especially because I think the next game after this is against two, like New England. Montreal is like the lowest paid team in the league. They are dead bottom of the table, of the Eastern Conference table. Like we should expect no less than a win again in these two games against New England and Montreal. Let's be so real. But yeah, no, I think it's gonna be Maxi and Toto, and then Chelo at the right back spot. It should be that. Can Toto stop being a bozo? Is the news true or rumor Suarez is taken? Yeah, so there has been rumors about Suarez not wanting to renew or not going to renew for next year, that this is going to be his last year. Those are just rumors. That's speculation. I think it's probably true, but that's just me speculating. I don't expect, I personally don't expect Suarez to renew for another season. Hell no. Not because I don't want him here, but because it's like, damn, dude. Like, I think it's impressive if he still wants to continue. Because, bro's pushing 40. And, you got to leave the football before the football leaves you. You know what I'm saying? Give information about Messi contract renewal. So, I mean, obviously there's no hard evidence on it, but everybody's been saying that, everybody on the internet has been saying that Messi was not going to renew, that he's going to go somewhere else for the last 6 months before the World Cup, yada, yada, yada. And then Fabrizio Romano tweeted out, calming everybody down, saying that Messi, his party and the party, or in the board of Inter Miami, they're willing to work something out and negotiate, for Messi to be, the plan is for Messi to stay at Miami for at least a year, for next season. And then either he retires at that 6-month mark or he finishes out, if he finishes out that year with Inter Miami. There is no way, I don't see Messi going to Barcelona or something. I don't see Messi going anywhere for 6 months. That's me personally. If he does go somewhere, I don't know. I've always been back and forth about this. I've always, sometimes I think oh yeah, I definitely see Messi going somewhere, to Barcelona before he retires, or and then there's days where it's probably not. I think it's a probably not. I just don't know. Yeah, it's probably not. I don't know. But that's just me. Monkey Man says probable 4-4-2, goalkeeper Ustari with Jordi, Falcon, Aviles and Cello at the back four, Segovia, Baltasar, Busi, and Ashende in the midfield with Messi and Suarez up top. So what? Your midfielders would be Segovia and Busi with Baltasar on the wing with Ashende. Honestly, that's not bad at all, to be fair. I wouldn't mind seeing Segovia play center mid again. I feel like we need to kind of see that. I'm kind of messing with Monkey Man's lineup here. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but I'm kind of messing with this lineup. We should just play our second team. It's Montreal. The risk of losing is low compared to any other club. Yeah, but then like if we rotate and then we don't get 3 points, we're gonna fucking bash the shit out of Inter Miami for not winning. Montreal are the worst team in the league right now. They are the lowest. They have the lowest like payroll in the league. Like this could easily be a trap game. Like we've tied to Montreal in the past. We have and were significantly better than them at the time as well, and we still ended up drawing. We drew against Montreal with Messi and Suarez. I think it was the beginning of last year. We tied that game like 0-0 or 1-1. So it's not a joke. Like this is literally a trap game. Like tomorrow against Montreal and New England are both trap games. If Martinez is still here, why not use him while we can? That guy has literally robbed us. Yeah. Well, he was brought in by Tata, right? So we couldn't really do anything about the loan, and we probably weren't able to terminate the loan. And River probably don't want him, and Miami don't want him. So he's just kind of been in limbo this whole time. So it's only 2 weeks. I mean, like they'll probably put him in if we have to rest somebody, which I expect we're gonna do at least once because we're literally playing back to back games for the entire 3 weeks straight. Busi and Suarez is a doubt for next season. Suarez definitely more in doubt than Busi. Busi, I think I can see Busi play for 1 more year. Jordi, I think we have him for another 2. But Suarez definitely more in doubt. Messi's probably watching who Miami signed. He can't strangle this much. He can't strangle this much with this team. If Messi's not renewed his contract, then our main guy becomes a Shindet, and our DP player. No, we would just lose that DP spot, and we would open it up to somebody else. Messi isn't going anywhere. He's probably pissed off because we didn't bring any reinforcements for the Club World Cup. I bet he's using the contract as leverage. We watch we get hit with the nastiest low block. Yeah, probably, bro. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be a fun game to watch. I mean, it can be if we play it right, but if Montreal are gonna play the way that we think they're gonna play, it's not gonna be a fun game, and we're probably gonna score very few goals. But we'll see. I'm very excited. I know this. I feel very tired and sleepy in this preview, and I apologize for that. I apologize for the energy that I'm bringing to these live streams. I always want to give my 100%, my emotions and things like that, but it's just hard. It's hard to do that when you work and you come home and you don't have a lot of things prepared, and all that. And I have to work tomorrow, guys. I have to work tomorrow from 2 to 9. So I'm not even going to be able to watch the game tomorrow, which is annoying. So I'm not going to be able to do a post-game reaction. So I'm going to have to wait until Sunday after work. No, oh my God, no, I work in the evening. Okay, so I have to do it Sunday, afternoon. I'm going to have to, Sunday morning, I have to watch the game. Sunday afternoon, I have to do the talk, the live reaction. And then and then we talk about it on Sunday afternoon, and then I got to go to work on Sunday. So I work all weekend. But you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. And until this YouTube starts paying me, a livable, part-time wage, then this is what I got to do from week in and week out is just keep working. What do you guys think the game is going to end? How do you think the game is going to end up? Give me score predictions right now in the chat before we head out. I think, look, like I said, trap games, both of them, New England and Montreal. People are already starting to fucking pop fireworks against Montreal, right? In our history, our head-to-head history, we have played them a total of 11 times. How many times do you guys think we beat them? How many times do you guys think we beat Montreal? I'm gonna say the answer in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We beat Montreal out of 11. We beat them 4 times. They beat us 6 times out of 11 games. Since Messi, we've only beaten Montreal 1 time. And when Messi joined in July, I think that's 3 games. I believe so. This can't be that accurate because I do remember us drawing and it doesn't have a draw. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this. This is what I'm looking at. Head to head, May of 2023, lost. March of 2024, lost. May 2024, we beat them 3-2, and then that's okay. That is this is not. There's no way this is accurate because we definitely tied to them last year at some point. That's so not accurate. There's no way. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it. You know what I mean. You know what I fucking. You know what I mean. Sorry about that. Anyway, this has to be this is a must-win game. Montreal being the worst team in the league, having the lowest payroll in the league. Inter Miami just coming off the Club World Cup. We were coming off on fire, to be honest, in my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with me, but I thought we did very well in the Club World Cup. And if we can just bring that energy, transfer that energy over to Montreal, to the MLS now, I think we're going to be totally fine. I think we're going to be able to get the win. We should be in Montreal. I think we should be able to put 3 past them. We've done it before. The problem is not scoring, I think. The problem is conceding. We've conceded lots of goals against Montreal in the past. The last 3 times we played Montreal, we conceded a total of 7 goals in the last 3 games that we played against Montreal. So we're known to at least concede like 2 goals a game against Montreal in the last 3 games. If we can avoid that tomorrow, that would be fantastic. I just hope it's not like. I just want us to play good. I'll be very interested to see how, like, in what shape the team is going to be tomorrow after a Club World Cup tournament, after a week of rest, things like that. And to see if they still have that same intensity, or even bring up the intensity now that they're going to need it now and start to catch up more than ever. So we're going to see what happens. I think that the game is going to end maybe 3-1. I think a 3-1 victory for Inter Miami might be very generous, and only believing that Montreal can score 1 against us. But if Montreal play that low block, we're probably not going to put 3 past them. But I definitely predict an Inter Miami win. A lot of people, Brad is saying most boring. This game will be the most boring 0-0 draw. Messiano Pinaldo is saying 1-0. I don't know if that's a win or a loss, but I'm assuming. Let's just say it's a win. Monkey Man says a 3-1 win since we can't keep a clean sheet. Didn't face a low blocking Club World Cup. That is also true. Guys, Ryan Saylor is about to score a hat trick. Don't worry, Messi doesn't even have to leave his hotel room. I don't know why people think our Club World Cup was bad, but in my opinion, we did amazing. Beat Porto and dominated Palmeiras. And people thought we were going to be destroyed. That's what I'm saying, bro. But I mean, I already made videos about that. I already talked about that. I highly recommend you check that out on the channel. You guys have showed a lot of love to that, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I've already said my piece with that. So a lot of people, you guys are predicting wins, which is what should happen. If we get anything but a win tomorrow, I think it's just a loss. It's unacceptable, and I don't know, bro. Like we're gonna try not to be too mad at it. I'm saying 3-1. Fabian is saying 4-2 Inter, and then King Sean is saying a 3-0 loss. I really hope not. I really hope you are so wrong, bro. But anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by for the SoFlo Soccer channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in, showing your love, liking, supporting, commenting, giving me you guys your opinions. I'll promise the fireworks are going off again. I promise that next week I'm gonna have the schedule planned out more next week. Remember, I'm not gonna be going live tomorrow night because I'm gonna be working. So I'll be live on Sunday to recap the game, talk about upcoming games against or for that week, and for Inter Miami news and things like that. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let's hope we can get the win tomorrow. I'm gonna go drink some bar water. I'll see you guys then. Like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a live. Ball Miami. Ciao, guys.
¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.